Hello everyone.
Hello.
Namaste. I'm Karishma Ahuja and I'm a metaphysics teacher and speaker, and I run a company called Mastermind Training India. So these are a set of workshops that focus on the universal laws of attraction and vibration and a beautiful Hawaiian modality that you must have all heard of called Ho'oponopono. Okay, so each of these are a set of tools that we can use for different areas of our life. These are more like systems that we create for ourselves so that we can protect ourselves when something comes up, something unexpected comes up. How do we handle it? How do we manage that? And how do we deal with it successfully? Okay. I recently authored a book called The Healing Power of Words. Before I come and start with today's topic, I want to say a big thank you, because the kind of feedback that I have received, not just from all of you here by your presence, but also from all of you who are watching this video on YouTube online, I want to say a big thank you. You know, your appreciation, your feedback, your encouragement helps us believe more and more in the work that we do. Okay, and therefore, thank you so much. Okay, now coming to today's topic is a very interesting one, right?
Yes.
The topic is your health, your weight, and your mind. Okay. So firstly, let me begin with a question. Now this was a question that I must confess I never originated. This question came years back from Albert Einstein. The question was, do you believe you live in a friendly universe, or do you believe you live in a hostile universe? Let me put it in a simpler way. What kind of a world is it for you? Is it a good world, or is it a mean world?
Good world.
Good world.
Beautiful world.
It's a beautiful world. You see, you'll notice that answers to this question keep changing depending upon the situation we are in, depending upon the circumstances we are in. But whatever is your dominant attitude about life, no? Our dominant attitude, things may happen, things keep going up, things keep coming down. It's a constant flow and process, no? Every day we are not going to be our very best. Sometimes things happen, right? But what is our dominant attitude? What is our dominant feeling about the world we live in, about the people around us? That has a direct impact on our health.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
It is our mental health and it is our physical health which is constantly being affected by the state of our minds. Can you imagine? Every thought first runs through the body, then it goes out.
Yes. Yes.
So even when I'm thinking, sometimes I feel drained. Even though I didn't do any physical work, no labor involved. But because I've been thinking so much, I kind of feel drained. So the body is constantly responding. The cells are vibrating based on the thought and the quality of the thought. It reminds me of a story. You've heard this story, I'm sure, but let me again repeat it, just to remind us the moral of the story. This is a story about this man who had lost his keys in the house, but it was very dark. So he started to search. Finally he gave up. He said, I can't find my keys here, it's so dark. Then suddenly he realized there is light outside on the street. So why not I go outside? You see, we are laughing, but what he did was logical according to me. There's no light here, so he goes outside, he tries to look for his keys. Then his neighbor comes and says, sir, what are you looking for? Can I help you? He says, I'm looking for my keys. He starts to help him. After a while, this neighbor realizes, says, sir, excuse me, but where did you lose your keys exactly? In the house. So his neighbor says, then why would you look for it outside? And this man says, because there is light here and there is darkness there. So you see, all of us are very busy looking outside.
Yes.
Most of our time is going in, what is wrong with him, what is wrong with her, ऐसा करना चाहिए था, वैसा करना चाहिए था, ऐसा होना चाहिए, वैसा होना चाहिए. We're trying to fix things, you see. Constantly we are trying to fix things, fix other people, fix situations. But in the process, what are we doing? We are losing a very important point. We are losing the importance of looking within. And when we are not looking inside, there is darkness. There is darkness. You know, we reach a state which is called as spiritual darkness, because you don't know your own self, because you're so busy looking outside. You see, this reminds me of cockroaches. They always come out in darkness. So a great sage once said, problems come out when there is spiritual darkness. Because for a person who's connected with himself, he will always find an opportunity. He will have a way to deal with that problem. So therefore, he doesn't call it a problem. He calls it an opportunity. This is an opportunity for him or her to bring out his best. So today, whatever issue we are experiencing in terms of a mental condition, in terms of emotions that are stuck on with you because of the past, or it is a physical health issue, it's something that you're experiencing in your body in terms of any kind of pain or illness, the first thing we need to understand is the answer lies inside, because that's where it originated. It came from inside. So what do we need to do? We need to first look inside. Along with all the medication we are taking, along with all the doses and the drugs, we need to understand that our role in the recovery is very important. And it's not just we being dependent on someone and telling us take these. It's about how much we are connecting with our own self. So our bodies right now are reflecting something very important. Our body right now is reflecting our connection or our disconnection with who we are. Because if we would be connected with who we are, we would have the answers. We would know what to do to heal ourselves. We would know where do we need to go, which dose or drug we need to take, which is the doctor we need to go to, and some way we would have a path to our recovery chalked out by our own selves. But often we find ourselves becoming confused, dejected, depressed, confused, not knowing what to do next, how to deal with this. That reflects a disalignment with who we are. So it is very important to first acknowledge this point before we go ahead to see steps on how we can resolve this problem. Okay? So first is always acknowledgement. Now before we move ahead to other tools that we could use, let me remind you of two important tools that you have for dealing with any situation. These are the fundamental basis of your connect with who you are. You see, every religious script, spiritual text, spiritual leaders, successful people will always tell you, with God, all things are possible. Correct? With God, all things are possible. Now you tell me, what does that leave out? With God, all things are possible. What does that leave out? So today, whatever it is that I am experiencing, there is always going to be a way to come out of it.
Yeah.
There is always going to be a way to come out of it, no matter what, because if with God all things are possible, then this is also something I can deal with. So firstly, whether it's you or it's your loved ones, remember all things are possible. And especially when it comes to our bodies, our body is constantly reacting and responding to our thoughts. Okay? So the two important tools that we have to deal with our physical and mental health, number one is intention, the power of intent. Because everything in the universe today that we see around us started out with a thought. Somebody intended it. Somebody intended chairs, somebody intended this building, somebody intended this class, and so it is that we are experiencing this today. So whatever it is that we are looking for right now, we need to make a strong intention. So you see, when we intend something, we command energy. You see, every time that there is a thought, energy goes out. But when we intend something, energy tends to go to that direction very quickly because we focused in that direction. So firstly, let me ask you a question. Why do you want to be healthy? What comes to your mind? Why would you want to be healthy?
To be happy.
Happy? Okay.
For spiritual development.
For spiritual development. What else comes to your mind?
To
be peaceful.
To be peaceful. Great. What else?
Maximize
Lifespan.
Experience as a
Lifespan.
human being. Maximize
To enhance our experience as a human being. To do
Feel
good.
good.
Okay, feel good. Any activities coming to your mind that you would want to do? Anything that you think?
Be able to give yourself.
To be able to give our best,
Help people, yeah.
help people. Okay,
Achieve our goals.
achieve our goals. So what are those goals that you would like to achieve? What are the goals? Are we clear on the goals we want to achieve?
Career goals.
Career goals,
Spiritual goals.
spiritual goals,
Financial goals.
financial goals. My point is, energy loves direction.
Right.
So the more we are clear on why we want something, the more we convince our subconscious mind to bring it to us. So this will not take too much of your time. You can do this mentally or even by actually writing it out. Why do we want to get healthy? What is it that we have yet to be done? What is it that we have not yet achieved? You see, this is very important. Because often I come across somebody who's just not motivated enough to be healthy. It's sad. There is no motivation to be healthy. There is no interest in life. There is no direction. So the more you stay engaged with your goals, the more you find yourself being involved with your goals, the more you find yourself in your way towards achieving them. So what is it we should list out? My financial goals. This is what I yet want to achieve. This is what I yet want to give my family. This is the status I want to enjoy. These are the things I want to buy. So energy loves direction. So we need to give it that direction by being clear. Clarity is very important. You see, a lot of the times people intend but they fail because
No direction.
there is no direction, there is no clarity. We want everything. But what exactly do you want? So you know, when somebody tells me, I would like to go there because this is what I want to speak about, it makes me know that the person is serious. If a person just tells me, I would like to go to places like these and maybe on one of these topics, I know the person is not serious.
Correct.
So it is the same with our own energy. You see, energy is constantly alive, it is listening because we are energy. And this interaction is happening all the time. So the more I am able to convince my own energy system that this is what I need by being clear about why I need it, the more it comes to me easily. So as far as health is concerned, why am I mentioning these? Because it is very difficult for us to be clear on health. Finances is easier. If you ask people, they are finding it very easy to imagine money. They find it easy to imagine relationships. But when it comes to health, people don't do as much as they should be doing as far as setting an intention is concerned. So that is why this point, because it makes a lot of difference. It makes a lot of difference. Specific. Why? Why do you want to be healthy? Why do you want to be fit? Why do you want your ideal body weight? What do you want to do? Are there things you're limited to do today which you would like to do? What are those activities that you're not doing today because you are not that physically fit? Whether it's creativity, being stuck on ideas, whether it's calmness, some people can't control their anger, their emotions. What is it that you would like to change right now? Be clear on that and make a list of that. And maybe you can go home today or tomorrow when you get the time, have a list ready with you. And whenever you get time in the day, keep it with you, in your purse, in your bags, see them. And you'll see how you will never run out of motivation because you're constantly involved in your goals. Okay? And every day has to be a day where we are moving closer towards your goals. So let the energy of these goals be with you by keeping them handy with you on a piece of paper or a diary. Let these notes be with you. Let them come to you in terms of energy. For that, you have to keep them with you. Remind yourself of these goals all the time. Okay, that's the first thing. The second powerful tool that we have is the tool of imagination. But you see, this imaginative tool is dependent on the first tool. Because if intention is not clear, imagination is very difficult. So first of all, why do we want to be healthy? What are the intentions? Why? When the why is clear, you'll be able to see the how. Right? So the second tool can only be used when the first tool is used. क्यों हेल्थ चाहिए, क्या करना है, अब तक क्या नहीं किया है जो अभी तक करना है, why? Now you start imagining things. So tell me, is it going to be easy for you to imagine now?
Yes.
Once the why is clear, isn't it easier to imagine?
Yes.
So would you want to do it right now?
Yes.
Okay, then you can share your experiences with me and maybe then I can help you a little bit on how to improve it, right? Great. So if you could close your eyes, your feet are on the floor, and just think of you being healthy and imagine all those activities that you would like to do when you're healthy. You see, if I were you, I would imagine myself running a mile if I'm not used to, because maybe I'm not that energetic enough. Maybe I would imagine myself playing with my children or my grandchildren. Okay, maybe I would imagine myself hiking. I don't know. Whatever it is that interests you, which shows why you want to get healthy, please imagine. Okay, so eyes closed. Eyes closed. Let those pictures of good health, all those scenes that symbolize good health for you, come into your mind. Let them come. All that symbolizes good health for you, let them come to your mind. So now that most of us are done with our imagination, now I would want you just to focus on your breathing. You can keep your eyes closed. Just focus on your breathing. Now stop imagining. Just focus on your breathing. Breathe normally. No need to breathe deep. Just breathe normally. But just focus on your breath. Let go of all the imagination, all the thoughts, all the pictures. Just focus on your breath. Just focus on your breath. Just breathe. Just breathe. And slowly open your eyes. You see, we often give importance to silence, sitting and meditation and imagination, but we don't do it correctly. You see, after imagining your thoughts and your pictures that come to your mind, what is crucial is the gap between the thoughts. Just before you open your eyes is the time it's actually getting into your aura. So whenever you're imagining something, make sure you stop those pictures, but don't open your eyes. That's the time it is getting into your energy. That's the time it is getting into your aura, into your system. So just focus on your breath. Now, all that you imagined is getting into your system. So that's the crucial part. You see, the creation that is going to happen, the manifestation that is going to happen in the gap between those thoughts. The gap. That's very crucial. And whenever you are imagining anything for good health, and trust me, imagination is very powerful. Pick up 2 or 3 activities that show you that you have great health. And imagine those, whether it's sitting in a yoga posture, whether it's running around in the house, it's doing certain things that you have stopped doing today because your health is not that good. You could even imagine a conversation with someone. I'm feeling fantastic, no pain in the body right now, I feel so good. You see, that could also be a great imagination. So whenever you see yourself talking and moving, those are very good imagination pictures because it's in motion, it feels more real. So you can have those pictures as well, and you see the difference it makes when you Take some time before you open your eyes, because that's the point which is very, very crucial. Okay. Another important point. Whenever we imagine, when we are in pain, it's very difficult to imagine. Whether it's any kind of anxiety, tension, you're panicky. Often my clients tell me, I was very upset, then I started to imagine. That's not a right thing to do, because imagination will never work when you're upset or you're angry. You should always be in a good mood before you imagine, because you're in a negative vibration if you're not feeling good. And with a negative vibration, if you're imagining, you're only wasting your time. What good is it? Is there anything good coming out of a negative vibration? That's not possible. That's against the law. So always make sure you set your mood right before you start to imagine. So what are the things you could do to set your mood right? I'll suggest something. Go outdoors. Quickly, if you can, go outdoors. Sit in a park, have some fresh air. It gives you a new breath in your life. Listen to some sounds of nature. You know what I do? I have an audio with me at home which has all sounds of nature. Sounds of water, birds, waves. Have those chirpy sounds. Maybe you can have this audio being played in your house in the morning, or whenever it is that you're not feeling that good. You see the mood changing, you see the energy changing. What else could you do? What do you normally do to start feeling good?
Some good aroma.
Yes, fragrance is very good. What else?
You can do some sort of deep breathing.
Oh yes, deep breathing as well. What else?
Talk to somebody.
Talk to someone. What else can you do? Meditation. So any kind of meditation, a form of meditation or silent sitting. What else? What else could you do? Watch something good.
Yeah.
Always keep a list of some good, nice shows that you like watching. Keep them handy with you. I often give my clients this exercise. Make a list of funny shows. Keep them ready. Otherwise you'll be frustrated. You जब गुस्सा आ रहा है तब बैठ के आप सर्च करोगे कौन से funny shows हैं, कौन सा देखना चाहिए. It doesn't work. Yes. Watch something funny. So I'm also available on YouTube. You can watch me if you want. Okay. So if not, you can watch some, funny stuff, funny videos. Okay. And look for them. Keep them ready with you actually.
Even playing with small children.
Playing with small children is a fantastic way to actually start raising your spirit and your energy. So if you have young children in the house, you're very lucky. Okay, very, very, very lucky. Half the recovery is already done. I've seen grandparents recovering so fast because they have young children in the house. Okay, so that's a great way of doing it. But always, trust me, nature is your best bet. Always when you don't feel good. You must have noticed how when you splash water on your face you feel good, but that's because water is also of a very high frequency, just like nature is. So that's why you feel good when you take a shower or splash some water on your face. So nature is our best bet. We can go out, have some fresh air. In fact, today you have various clinical studies that show us how we can start recovering faster if we spend at least 45 minutes out every day. So a person who is actually under some medication has a higher chance to get well as compared to somebody who's not going out that often. So it is very important that we start spending time outdoors. Okay, that's a great way. So either you sit, you walk, feel the fresh air on your face and your body. What else could we do to start feeling good? Our words. Shopping. I like that.
Pets, you can play with the pets.
Pets are a great way. Okay, shopping is a good exercise for the mind. You're away from all the anxiety and tension. Unless you're worried about spending money.
Not on the pocket.
Unless you're worried about spending money, otherwise shopping is a good exercise. Yes. Good therapy.
I do reading.
Reading is a beautiful way. Reading is important. Also make sure that you don't read anything about an illness or any kind of financial trouble while you're reading. So you have to be very picky about what you read. Okay? You have to read something which is motivating. Similarly, you can watch TV and you can watch shows, but don't watch something which has a stressful effect on you, especially at night. Always have a gap of at least 1 hour between the television and your sleep, so that you have been engaging in some other activities besides the television, because all the thoughts are going inside in form of vibration.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have to be a little careful and picky about what. So you see, we are picky about what we wear. I've seen people spending so much time. We are picky about the car. We're picky about our house. Let's start being picky about our thoughts. Let's start being picky about our words, because every word is causing a vibration. So words can help us. Words are a great way to lift our spirits. So let's get back to that very first question that Albert Einstein asked us. What kind of a world? So all of you had different answers, right? What are the answers that you gave me? Good, fantastic, nice, loving, happy,
Beautiful word.
beautiful. Anything else? Exciting.
I would say both.
Yes. So you're more situational, right? You're somebody who is reflecting a state of mind that depends on the situation he or she is in, right? That's perfectly fine. So dominant, it's an okay world, right? For some of us who said loving, happy, kind, we all feel this someday or the other, isn't it? The point is, how much of happiness, love, joy, excitement do your conversations reflect? Your conversations with other people, while you're talking to others, how much of this is being reflected? Because your health is the first thing that is being impacted with the words that you are using. So we all said happy, love, joy, peace. Are our conversations reflecting it? When you're talking to somebody, so you see, when you're experiencing a health issue, it could be we're having a terrible backache. It could be that we have a sore throat. But I would talk about it in one sentence. How are you? I'm not saying being dishonest and say I'm feeling fantastic. But I would say, oh, there is something with the throat. How are you doing? I would not go on and on saying 5 days not helping. That doctor is a hopeless doctor. Do you know somebody better? These doctors are all cheats. You know what? Last time I went to him for my backache and this is what he recommended. Now he's given me something else for my throat. Again, it is not working. No.
Cut short, huh?
I will cut short. Yes.
That will have a chain reaction.
Yes.
Person will start his
Yes.
problem.
Yes. Will start his problems. Yes. So you have to be very careful about what you encourage in a conversation. Okay. So we are very used to talking about what's not going right. We have to start talking about what is going right. Right. So there are lots of things you can talk about. Right. Maybe you can discuss something which is common to both of you. Like a funny comic movie that you watched, maybe a good show that you watched, maybe about some relative, some good news you heard, yes. Some bad news, avoidable. Some bad, so I just missed a deadly accident. Chances are that you will come across a real accident very soon because you're speaking so much about it. You see, one little thing in the morning which was unpleasant is repeated 10 times all throughout the day. What are we doing? We are reliving that same experience because we are repeating it on an ongoing basis. So what are we doing? We are adding energy to that event. More and more energy is being added to something that you're focusing and talking more about. So here's our chance to cut what we do not like. Stop talking about it. Stop talking about it. If you have an unpleasant environment in your office which is causing you stress and affecting your health, stop talking about it to people who can't help you. No point talking to people at home because they can't help you. Why don't you pick out something good in whatever you're experiencing? Something good, at least one thing which could be a little good, not that good, still a little bit which could be helping you. Like you have one good friend at office. Sometimes your boss does appreciate you when he's in a good mood. Something that you could pick out and you see how you can speak more of that and less of what's not going right, because this is directly impacting your own physical health and most importantly the quality of your thoughts. So you see, once again, this is something which we have done before, but your actions and results come from your vibration. Your vibration comes from your thoughts, but what is constantly making you think the same thoughts are your words. So watch your words about your health. The first thing, if you will notice, before an illness came into the body, something happened. Any idea? Before something came into the body, something took place in the non-physical. What was it?
Thought.
The attention to the illness came first. See, before the illness came into the body, somewhere the attention to it was there. It could be you hearing it through other people, everybody is getting it. It could be you searched on the internet. Let me see how I can save myself from this. And you do a Google search. And now you're focusing on the symptoms. It's sad, but this is true. We are attracting things only that we are focusing on. But the unfortunate bit is, we are unconscious when we focus on something.
But if you dwell on
Yes.
it, it's okay.
Yes.
But just for the information,
Yes.
that may not affect.
Yes, now I'll tell you the thin line here, because when you are reading something, you are activating inside a vibration of a possibility of it inside your body.
But if you are doing it for somebody else,
Yes, yes. So how limited is it? How limited is it informative that you're reading it once or you're repeating it 10 times? So when you're repeating something 10 times, you're convincing your body that there is a possibility and probability of you getting it because you're repeating it so many times.
because
So you have to be
otherwise
little
there
careful.
will not be a research.
Yes, there will not be any
Hardly
awareness.
research. If you are
Yes.
not going into details,
Yes, yes.
there will not be any research.
Yes, but you know, the only thing is that generations before us had no information about certain illnesses. Is it a coincidence that these illnesses were hardly there at that time? What is happening is, the more the attention and focus is coming on something, the more we are observing it to be all around us. So I would suggest, don't entertain the thoughts of the illness. Keep your focus and attention on it limited. So if you find somebody talking about something all the time, either you distract yourself and begin another conversation with someone, or you change the conversation. और बताइए काम पर क्या चल रहा है? और बताइए family कैसी है? You know, there are always ways of cutting the conversation in a pleasant manner, not in a rude, unfriendly manner, but in a pleasant manner. You shift the thought process of that other person and therefore the conversation. You see, the quality of the conversation is always dependent on you. You can take efforts to change it.
You can give direction.
So you can change it. Very importantly, let us not talk about something we don't want to experience in our lives. Right? So healthy does not mean absence of illness. Correct? So let us not entertain thoughts of diseases and illnesses. Let's not focus and send messages to each other saying, any of these symptoms observed, please go to the doctor. It's sad, but what are we doing? We are making ourselves be victims of something that could come up in the future. Right? So, regaining good health or maintaining good health, both these processes involve one thing. What is it? Both these processes involve one common factor: focusing on that which makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Focusing on that which makes you feel good. So, what is our work here? Identify what makes you feel good. What is making you feel good? You see, if you're struggling with a weight issue, and I was struggling with a weight issue for a very long time, okay, I was overweight by 15 kgs and I was struggling. I had tried every diet possible in town, almost every dietitian, and this is what used to happen. 3 months of rigorous dieting, 4th month I get fed up, I give up, and I put on again. So this was a struggle I went through, okay. But I realized that whenever I ate something, I didn't feel good. I felt guilty. Guilty. Even when I was having those delicious pizzas, guilty. Having that cake, one piece, guilty. And what is happening? My cells cannot absorb nutrients or good things that I am feeding it when I am stressed or too anxious. So how I feel when I am eating is very important. Especially if you're dealing with a weight issue, or you know somebody dealing with a weight issue that you want to help. Observe their state of mind when they are eating.
Yeah.
You see, their state of mind when they are eating will either help them or taking them away from what they want. Yes.
Yeah, just one point.
Yes.
What to whom we compare matters.
Yes.
If I am comparing with someone,
Oh yes, very good point. Yes.
and I will be more unhappy about my
Yes, absolutely.
conditions.
Correct,
And
correct.
second thing, if I compare with someone who may be worse than me,
Yes, and I feel better.
not better, I will say. At
Yes.
least, I will be thankful or grateful.
Thankful or grateful,
Things
yes.
are not so bad.
Yes, yes. So this is what we generally do. This is what the conditioning is like. Okay, that we are only grateful when we see somebody, oh poor thing, and I feel good. The fact is that a grateful mind, like you rightly said, a grateful mind always attracts more opportunities, situations to be grateful for. So when you don't really feel that good, yes, one of the ways to start feeling good is to be so happy about where you are right now in your life. Where you are right now is so important. I'm still alive. I'm still breathing. You know, there are still days when I must confess I find it difficult to find one good thing. Sometimes it happens. What went well today? And then I just touch my heart and I remind myself I am still breathing. I'm still breathing. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I can do so much because of the fact that I'm just alive. So much. How grateful we need to be about that, right? So just remind yourself that, because there are days when you will have to be your own cheerleader, right? There are days when nobody will tell you, oh, you're superb, you're fantastic, you're great. You have to be your own support system. That's how you are going to be your support system, by constantly trying to find things that make you feel good. And it is very important for us to feel good when we are eating, because that's the vibration that is getting into our system. So, I would suggest something, especially if you're dealing with a weight issue. Compliment yourself when you're eating. Say something nice to yourself, because trust me, the more good that you talk to yourself, the more you are doing good to your body. So find something good to tell to yourself. Something good. Every day, make it fun. Something. So what are the compliments you would like to receive? Those are the ones you're going to tell yourself. Okay? Find something to compliment yourself for every day. The best time to do it when you're eating. Now this is what will happen. The more a person starts to raise his vibration, the more he brings mindfulness in eating. So you know, sometimes you're angry with yourself, I should have been more mindful about what I ate. Take care of your vibration, because a person with a high vibration is always going to be mindful about what he eats, in what quantity. But trust me, this is what I experienced. When I focused on food, I only caused anxiousness and anxiety. When I let go of that and I started to focus on what feels good, divert my mind, raise my vibration, I automatically was mindful in what I ate. And without somebody telling me, Karishma, don't eat that. You shouldn't be eating this. That will not be required, because you are going to be mindful on your own. So one of the benefits of a high vibration is mindfulness.
Yeah.
You're mindful with your relationships, you're mindful with your food, and most importantly, you're mindful about how you treat yourself, your body. Because your body is constantly listening, reacting, responding. Chemical reactions are taking place in the body all the time. So every moment is a moment for you to change your health if you're not happy with it. Every moment. Every moment is an opportunity for you to work on your health. What are the other things that you could do to start feeling good? You see, this is very important. Find an activity which makes you feel good. Do something which makes you feel good. Something which makes you feel very good. करके आप खुश हो जाते हो. What is it? Are you aware of it? Some new things. A lot of women tell me cooking a new dish. What else?
Music.
Music. Beautiful. Music is a great way. What else? Something. You know, the point is, find your passion. Bring it back into your life. Because passion and health are closely related. If you want to go back to that time when you were very, very happy, one of your best moments. All of us have some memorable moments. Correct, no? ऐसा moment जो याद करके आप खुश हो जाते हो. Anybody can recall any good moment like that? Would you like to share it? Some good moment?
The best marks in class.
The best marks in class. What else? Anything else? What comes? Any good moments? आप याद करके खुश हो जाते हो, some good moments.
Camping.
Oh, nice. What else?
When your children,
Yeah.
I mean, when they
Yeah.
perform good, you know.
When they perform well. What else? Something else? Yes? Anything coming to mind?
This movement is also.
This moment is so. You're my favorite. This moment is also great. Yes. So you see, if you recall those moments of the past which made you feel very good, observe कीजिए आपकी state of mind तब कैसे थी. Go back to your state of mind. The point is, we have to bring that state now.
Right.
We have to bring that state now. That's what we have to do. So find your passion. Something which is going to make you feel more and more connected with this life, with yourself, with others. Find that, bring the passion back into your life. Because whatever it is that it is, whether it's a common cold or it's something serious, healing and recovery requires your enthusiasm and your passion, which will come with what activities you're involved in, which will come with what makes you happy. So find that, bring it back into your life. Try and move out of your house and meet people. You see, we are social beings, and often I've seen people, when they are not doing good health-wise, they remain isolated in their houses rather than moving out. Don't do that, and also recommend other people not to do that. In fact, move out, meet people, because this is one way you're going to start feeling good. So do socialize, visit them, surprise them, have good conversations with them. These are moments which will actually help you not only divert your mind from whatever it is that you're experiencing right now, but it will shift your vibration. So this is what we do. This is something called as OQP. Do you know what OQP is? Any guesses? What is OQP? Only quality people. Only quality people in your life. You have to find people who you feel are a good influence on you.
Yes.
All of us have at least some. We know there are lots of troublemakers,
Yeah, absolutely.
but there are lots of quality people also. So start becoming conscious of who they are in your life and spend time with them. Don't leave them. The ones who are good influences. Spend time with them. You see, if we keep doing OQP, 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 one day we will reach only quality life. Only quality life. But it has got to start with we consciously spending time with people who make us feel good.
Yes.
Spend time with people who make you feel good about yourself and see the difference it makes. Okay? To your life and most importantly to your health. You see, every time that the body is experiencing some pain, it is actually said it's the body's way of surviving, because there is so much mental stress and anxiety that the body has an inbuilt mechanism to help you deal with that stress. So the body comes up with pain to help you get distracted from that mental stress and anxiety. So firstly, if there is a health issue, what is the mental stress? What is the tension? Go back to the time when you visited the doctor. What was your state of mind before that? Was there something going on inside? Something troubling you? Let's deal with that. Let's deal with that. Because whatever it is, the issue must be dealt with so that the body gets to free itself from the pain. The body gets to free itself. So do you know this? You know about regeneration? You know cells are constantly being regenerated.
Yes.
Skin cells, liver cells, kidney cells. Constantly regeneration of cells is happening, which means old ones are dying. So quickly, we have no time to even arrange for their funeral. So fast, no time to arrange for their birthday parties. But so much activity is happening in your body. Okay? But the problem is when the old cells are dying, they are passing on memories to the new cells. Which means that if I have a problem, an issue, a stressful issue inside, the new cells that come up are also having the same issue because the issue was not resolved. So what is it that you could do to resolve an issue? Stop resisting something. You know, we are constantly resisting people and situations. Isse bhag rahe hain, usse bhag rahe hain. We have to stop fighting stuff. We have to stop fighting others and people and situations. We have to start living in wellness, relaxing into wellness. So for that, you have to let go of the past. And of course, I have sometimes dealt with you about issues of the past in my previous videos. Okay, there are lots of things that you could do. One thing that we did focus on is writing. Writing something that you do not like about, write it and then burn it. And remind yourself that whatever has happened in the past had a lesson. You see, all of us have come here and agreed upon some spiritual lessons we got to learn. So don't be harsh on the past. It's gone. What we have to tell ourselves is, I need to embrace the lesson. जो भी mistakes किए in the past, इतने सारे mistakes हमने किए हैं, things we did not do, we should have done, we made wrong decisions, but you did whatever you could do depending on that state of mind at that time. So let us just embrace the lesson in it. What is the lesson in it? Lesson is कि आप यहाँ तक पहुँचे, शायद वो ज़रूरी था. शायद आज एक नई गिफ्ट मिली क्योंकि वो गिफ्ट हाथ से छूट गई. Possible? So let us just remember about that. And let us remind ourselves, I am here today for me, for myself, for my family. There is a lot I need to still do. But for that, mental clarity. Let me break free from the past. And every day you can break free from the past by telling yourself, today is a new day. You see, today is a new day. And one of the things I do when I wake up in the morning, I don't try to follow any ritual now, because I like to be easy. So what I do is, I just wake up and I go to my window every morning where I get good sunlight, and I just open the windows of the house and I stand there near the window and I just feel the sun on my face, and it really rejuvenates me. It kind of connects me with nature. And when I'm having my tea or coffee, because I am a tea person, okay, so I love enjoying my cup of tea every morning. But while I do it, I always tell myself only one sentence. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better.
Wow.
You know, what better way to say that in the beginning of the day? What better time? I just tell myself every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. And when situations get tough, when I start to believe, oh, this is difficult, oh, this is hard, I remind myself, with God, all things are possible and nothing is left out. Okay? Nothing is left out. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope these are some useful tips for you to get started with your health. Remember, every time you're working on your health, you're working on every aspect of your life. Because the energy that you carry inside of you, that which affects your health, is affecting every other area. And every other area is affecting your health. So let us deal with our mental issues first. And let us start taking charge of our lives, because there are only two ways of living our life. We can either live as victims, where we feel the problem is outside and therefore we suffer. Or we live as victors and we say we are in charge. This moment is an opportunity for me to change my health, improve my health, and live the life that I want. It is always and always your choice. May love prevail among us all. I wish you good and happy, healthy days ahead. Thank you so much. Thank you.